Hi, welcome back. Let's talk about new and exciting skincare brands and skincare products that have landed on my desk. Buckle up, they're not all going to be budget. I apologise in advance, but I feel like you're just going to be interested in what's new and exciting in skincare full stop. I'm right, aren't I? So some are really reasonably priced. The ones I obviously love are going to be the ones that I think are affordable for most people. They're sort of middle to high end, and there's some cosmeceutical brands as well. So let's dive straight in with the fact that Strivectin has relaunched in the UK. Now, I remember, I'm so old, I remember Strivectin the first time. They were the first company ever to talk to us, beauty editors, about, and we were beauty editors back in the day, we were all on magazines, about peptides. They launched the original pentapeptide before it went off license from Strivectin and became available to companies like Olay. So let's talk a little bit about peptides and how they work, because quite a few of these products here have got peptides in them. Peptides are chains of amino acids that essentially go to form the proteins in your skin. And what they've done is they've been chopped up, and when they land on the skin recognises them as being damaged skin cells, sort of damaged collagen and elastin and things like that. And so what it does is it sends up a wound healing process, because essentially those peptide chains should be intact on the skin. And if they've been cut up in a lab and then delivered to the skin thinks, oh, we need to create new collagen and new elastin and all those things. And in fact, there are peptides now that are involved in inflammation and anti-inflammatory processes, in pigmentation delivery and production. There are so many peptides within the skin. They're basically particles of amino acid proteins, and they're involved in signalling within the skin. So Strivectin were the first people ever, probably, it's got to be at least 20 years ago, to talk about peptides. And what they originally created was they created a body range, and they created a stretch mark cream. And I remember everybody thinking stretch mark creams, they're not going to work, right? Anyway, they did some tests on them. So what happened was the stretch mark cream delivered the peptides into the skin, and obviously the skin then was encouraged to make new collagen and elastin. And supposedly the length and depth and darkness of the stretch marks, I wouldn't say they got rid of them obviously, completely, because even lasers have trouble doing that. But they definitely helped improve the form and function of the skin, so it produced new collagen and elastin so that the stretch marks appeared less noticeable. Anyway, what they then realised is that people were then putting the product on their face, and they realised that obviously it worked on minimising fine lines and wrinkles. And that's what the peptides in Strivectin do. There's a hexapeptide and a tetrapeptide. And what they've done is they have relaunched them in the UK. They've always been available in the States. And I guess the key product within the range is the Tighten and Lift Peptide, which is this one here. I love the new packaging. I think it's really nice. It's £79. And I remember, this is the problem when you deal with people like me who've been around so long. I remember when Strivectin launched over here originally, it was quite high end, and then it went kind of middle market. So it sort of went after the Olay No. 7 market, where they've come back sort of higher end again. I do think it's quite a lot of money for a peptide. And that's essentially what it's got in it. The active ingredients in it are peptides. And it is loaded with peptides. And there's a lot of peptides, but it depends if you want to spend that money on a peptide. There are creams as well within the range, obviously. But for me, this is the key product. This is £79. It's a lovely product. I tell you where you'd use it. You'd put your hyaluronic acid or your antioxidants on and then use it then. It's that lightweight, easy to use kind of milky serum that I love. Perfect in summer, really nice. Lightweight, sinks in, lightly fragranced. It's a lovely product. It's really nice. It's hydrating. It's the befores and afters. If you go on the site, I'll link the site below. They've got these markers. So they've got the half a face basically, and they've got before, after, and then you can move the marker across. And if you look at it originally, you think, well, the skin doesn't look any better. But what it does, it targets specifically sort of deep, not expression lines, but lines that are left. So the difference between an expression line and a static line is that's an expression line. A static line are the ones that are still there when I'm not grimacing like an idiot. That's an expression line. A static line is what's left there when my face is static, it's not moving. So it targets the static lines, and the befores and afters are impressive. They really are impressive. But Strivectin's always been a company that I've been quite impressed by. It's quite spenny. I have fallen in love with Allies of Skin. Allies of Skin appeared on my desk probably only about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I've been using everything ever since. I'm in love with the molecular multi-nutrient day cream, which is basically a multi-molecular hyaluronic acid with bioferments in. So it smells quite earthy. I don't mind that. I really like it. And I'm about to start using the retinol and peptides overnight mask. Now, the interesting thing about this product is this one is expensive. This is £105. This has 13.5% peptides and it has a load of antioxidants in it, but it's got an encapsulated form of retinaldehyde. Now, retinaldehyde, as you'll know from watching all my videos, is the very final metabolic step before any form of vitamin A becomes retinoic acid in the skin. So it starts off as retinol esters, retinol palmitate, it then becomes retinol, and then it becomes retinaldehyde, and then it becomes retinoic acid. So this is, along with Medicate, one of the few brands to have a retinaldehyde. Now, as an encapsulated version, so it delivers slowly into the skin, I will report back. But I've fallen in love with this already. No fragrance, no mess, no fuss, loaded with actives, really chic packaging. I love it. Thumbs up if you have the money. I really like Allies of Skin. Really love the name as well. Let's talk about a new Korean brand I've fallen in love with. Do you know Klairs? So this is Klairs, and this is their watery oil. Now, the reason I love Korean and Japanese skincare is because it's essentially based in water rather than oils and heavy creams and balms. And when I first looked at this, I thought, well, is it going to be an oil or is it a water? It's actually basically a super hydrating, really beautiful, loaded with bioferments, hyaluronic acid and glycerin serum. Lovely. Lightly fragranced. It's a really nice one. It's not easy to get in the UK. I think it's available from Look Fantastic, but I really, really like it. It's lovely and it's reasonably priced. I think, depending on where you get it, I think it's around £25, but it's basically the perfect summer serum. It has a lot of camellia leaf extract in it, which is sort of a calming, soothing antioxidant. But essentially what it is loaded with glycerin and hyaluronic acid and bifida bioferments. So it's about helping your barrier function to stay as healthy and protective as possible for your skin. It's a beautiful one for summer. I really like it. I love the packaging as well. I want to look at two cosmeceutical brands now. One is Nutricos. Now, Nutricos is an Italian brand that's just landed on my desk. And the reason I obviously did a bit of a deep dive into Nutricos. Now, Nutricos is owned by Sunacos. Sunacos is an Italian pharmacy brand. And when I say pharmacy, hello Yogi. When I say pharmacy, what I mean is they do medical equipment, they do medical creams, they do, I was just Googling, they do food supplements. There's a supplement range that goes with Nutricos, but they do the sort of foods you would get that they mix up and give you if you're in intensive care. They do wound healing gels for skin irritations and post-operative. So, you know, they had me straight away because essentially they're a medical company. Well, Sunacos is the holding company, Nutricos is the skincare company. And the reason it was Nutricos is because originally it was a supplement company and they specialise in amino acids. And I think this is really interesting. So we've talked about peptides. Peptides are really important. They're found in Allies of Skin. They're found in Strivectin. They're going to be found in a brand I'm about to speak about, QMS. Amino acids are the building blocks of peptides. And what amino acids do in your skin is they're essential for your skin health. Essentially, your natural moisturising factors, that's that sort of barrier between you and the outside world that your skin produces, that your sebum is part of, is loaded with amino acids. Things like glycine and lysine and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, Nutricos is essentially an amino acid based skincare. And I think this is really interesting. I need to have a look at my notes that I've said about it. So it's loaded with peptides, it's loaded with hyaluronic acid, but what it actually has is a lot of amino acids in it, and they are the building blocks of the skin, as I mentioned, but they're also anti-inflammatory and they can be barrier repair functioning, so they help rebuild the barrier in the skin. It also has tetrapeptide 21 in it, which is quite a strong peptide. I think it's the one that's really similar to the one in Strivectin. And so it's an Italian pharmacy company, which I think is really interesting. This is £50 for the serum. So it's not cheap, it's sort of middle market, but you're getting a lot of very interesting ingredients. You're getting skin identical amino acids plus peptides plus hyaluronic acid. So it's a nice one. Again, it sits in that category. All of these I've chosen are relatively light. They have got creams within the ranges, but I've chosen the serums because the serums are just nice at this time of year. What you could do, you see, if you really wanted to lighten up your skincare, that would just be a single serum. It's already got the hyaluronic acid and it's already got the glycerin in it. You're just adding the peptides and the amino acids to your skin. If you've got any impaired barrier function, it's a really nice one. So look out for Nutricos. Also, if anybody out there has tried this, they do these little powders you put directly into your mouth that are also amino acid based. So it's the idea is you give your skin back the building block it needs. I think Nutricos is a nice one to watch. It's much more reasonably priced than some of the products out here. And it comes from an Italian pharmacy brand, so I love it anyway. And then finally, I want to talk to you about QMS. QMS is a really interesting range, but it's quite spenny, so be careful. I'm going to talk about my favourite product within the range. They base their skincare around epigenetic studies, which is it's the study not of the skin's genes, but the expression of the skin's genes, so how those genes then affect how your skin behaves. And I have to say my favourite product is one of the most reasonably priced. This is £38. This is the Epigen Pollution Detox Cleansing Gel. Why do I love it? Mandelic lactobionic acid. So it's got a polyhydroxy acid in it and a mandelic acid, which is derived from almonds originally. And it's just lovely. It's a really, really lovely gel rinse off, turns to milk cleanser, non-foaming cleanser. I absolutely love it. And I don't mind a product saying pollution detox if it's a cleanser. I have more of a problem if they say pollution detox on a serum because you don't detox your skin via a serum. And this is basically a peptide serum for £167. Oh, but if you want to dip your toe in and you're looking for a really beautiful polyhydroxy acid and mandelic acid, so good for pigmentation. To see my cat walk in the distance. So Yogi was here 6 minutes ago, and now he's walking across the back wall there. So funny, he's chasing birds and mice. It's really lovely. The cleanser is absolutely beautiful. If you want a really nice rinse off lightweight gel cleanser with polyhydroxy acids and mandelic acids, it's a really nice one. You could leave it on for sort of 3 or 4 minutes while you cleanse your teeth and you'll get a bit more of a deep cleanse as well and an exfoliation. So that's what's new and exciting that has hit my desk recently. I've got the re-release of an existing well-respected peptide-based skincare in Strivectin. Allies of Skin can do no wrong. I am loving everything. I've already tried the multimolecular day cream with all of the bioferments in to protect your barrier function. I'm now going to test the rather spenny peptide retinaldehyde night cream. Nutricos I think is interesting because it comes from an Italian pharmacy brand. Have a look. Have any of you tried it? Let me know what you think. I do think that the anti-aging serum is a nice one. Klars I love because it's Korean and I love the whole principle of water-based, lightweight, easy to use serums. The water oil serum is lovely. And QMS is an interesting one. Pollution detox, I get that in a cleanser. The cleanser is the best one to try. Let me know what you've tried recently that's new and exciting. I'll put all the details of all the products down below. This is a slightly more indulgent what's new and exciting in skincare that's landed on my desk probably in the last 6 weeks. It's a different one from normal, but I just thought you might want to know. And I have chosen, I think, for me, the hero products within each of the range. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Ooh, a fly. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.